Alright, I have no idea if this shit is even working anymore. I've been having a hell of a day here. So let's see, what time is it? 6:38. So what I'm gonna do is just play music for the next 7, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how long people pop in here. By the way, it's not game night. I've just been having a hard time setting this shit up. Let's try that. So let's see. Is there any way I can? Oh, I can edit it. All right, hold on. Did I save it? I hope I did. And if I should go over here, if I go to select stream, oh, of course, now it doesn't have it. I just hope it doesn't say game night on your guys' end, because that would just suck. So yeah, I'll be playing music for the next few minutes while people start popping in. So let's see, where is it? Damn it. Of course, I keep failing. I'll be back in a moment.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to those skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Pow! Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, mama, woo, woo, woo. I do not want to die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche. What a mooch, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 Galileo. I'm sorry, what's the next line? Galileo. Oh, right. Sorry. Galileo Figaro, Magnifico, oh, oh, no, 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 Mamma mia, blah, 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 Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. Nothing really matters, anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters, nothing really matters, nothing really matters to moi. Anyway the wind blows.
God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough cause you noticed that butt was stuffed. My homeboys try to warn me, but that butt you got makes me so horny. 'Cause I'm long and I'm strong, and I'm down to get the friction on. So fellas, has your girlfriend got the butt? Tell her to shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby got back, baby got back, baby got back, baby got back.
Jean, and she caused a scene, and every head turned with eyes that dreamed of being the one who had danced on the floor in the round. People always told me, be careful what you do, don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. But she came and stood right by me and smelled the sweet perfume. Be careful what you do when the lie becomes the truth. Hey, Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just the girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. All right, now during this part of the song, imagine that I'm moonwalking, okay? And the people listening to the album will think I really did it. So get ready. When I point to you, pretend like I just did the fucking most awesome moonwalk, all right? Not yet. He said I am the one, but the kid is not my son. She said I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, here we go again, motherfucker, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on down and see the idiot right here. Too fucked to beg and not afraid to care. What's the matter with Calamity anyway? Right, get the fuck out of my face. Understand I can't feel anything. It isn't like I wanna sift through the decay. I feel like a wound, like I got a fucking gun against my head. You live when I'm dead. People equal shit. People equal shit. People equal shit. People equal shit. Come on. Satan, one more time, motherfucker. Everybody hates me now, so fuck it. Blood on my face and my hands, I don't know why. I'm not afraid to cry, but that is none of your business. Overdo it, don't tell me you blew it. Stop your bitching and fight your way through it. I'm not like you, I just fuck up. Come on, motherfucker, everybody has to die. People equal shit. 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 What you gotta do? People equal shit. Not afraid of you. People equal shit. Everything you'll never be. People equal shit. Oh yeah.
Jesus, what has it been? Only 10 million years since I've done a live stream? And it certainly felt like it, because trying to start one tonight, holy motherfucker. And it hasn't helped the last 2 days that I've had. Either yesterday it was a headache. Today my best friend broke up with his girlfriend. And there's a reason why I decided to play Richard Cheese tonight. And my best friend, I guess, played Richard Cheese for her and didn't get it, didn't like it. And I even told her, you know what? If you don't have a girlfriend that likes Richard Cheese, fuck her. And that's the truth, too. How can you not like Richard fucking Cheese? He's somebody I still desperately want to see live. One of these days, anyway. Good evening, everybody. It's only been 10 years, like I said, since I've done a live stream. So basically, I was originally gonna do like this more serious Gorgeous George and the path he's going to, but tonight I think I just want to have fun, considering the last couple days I've had. I guess he literally tried to fuck. Yes, yes, he did. Multiple. Oh no, that you see that was the problem of the relationship. He tried fucking her. She wouldn't have any part of it, which should have been the first sign that there was trouble. He's still technically with her, by the way, but he doesn't have the balls to break up with her. And I keep telling him that you should not be in a relationship with somebody you don't feel loved by. It's not good for you. It's not good for her. It's not good for anybody. I would not be in a relationship with somebody that didn't equally put out both physically and emotionally. They gotta be an emotional whore as well. Let's see. Richard Cheese and Weird Al are the two concerts that... Nice. Yeah, I've not seen Weird Al. He's a bit overrated these days. Richard Cheese is not quite there yet in terms of being overly rated. Me and my best friend looked into tickets recently because we're going to see him in LA, and all the concerts, of course, were sold out. I guess that happens to him all over the fucking country because he performs mostly in small venues, so I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah, fuck that bitch. So now I forgot what I was going to do. So, oh yeah, we were going to discuss some things tonight. One of the things is I got my flags that Chris did on me, what do you call it, lifted. So I no longer have any strikes on my channel, thank fucking goodness. One of the reasons why I can stream tonight without any, reprisals from that flag it. Are we talking about how many chins? George has... I gotta say, in the last video, how many did you guys count? I could swore there were 6. Minimum 6. Matter of fact, we might have to watch that video together. Let me look for it. Let's see. He's still Gorgeous George on DVD, and my chat went out because I'm doing it on my phone tonight, which is ghetto as fuck, but didn't have time to prep like I wanted to, and I definitely wanted to stream and not be a complete buzzkill tonight, so I'll try to do it a little bit longer than I usually do it. Okay, so Gorgeous George on 16 millimeter. Gorgeous George on wax cylinder. Okay. So it's going to take me a second to get this up here.
All right.
Oh, shut up, George. All right. I know Lewis did actually a really good job at covering this video last night, but I want to see what I have to say about this. So, let's see. So I got to add a new background. And that would be, I think it's browser. Where is it? Or is it display? I think it's browser. Just put in browser for now. Oh, it's not browser. You know what the problem is with not live streaming long enough, or not enough, rather? You forget how to do shit. I could, at one time, do OBS with literally my hand, not literally, but with almost with my hands behind my back. I knew OBS that well. And now trying to remember how to do the simplest shit, I get confused by. So let's see. I think it's that. That's not it either. Oh, I'm just failing at life. Okay, so try it one more time. If not, there's one other way I can do it. So let's see. Image slice, media source. Be a totally different software now. Might as well be. Let's see. Oh, fuck me. Okay. So I have the video saved. So what I think I'm going to do is play it in Pot Player. Which I gotta say, speaking of Lewis, he introduced me to that software. Let's see. So I have it in downloads. Isn't this exciting, by the way? Just me discussing where the fuck I'm going on my computer to look for shit. Okay, so it's this. And wait for it to pop up. There she is. Okay. So now I go back over here. And it should be... browser. I'm being an idiot again. Ah! Okay. Calm down, Sean. You know, I swear I'll learn the OBS one of these days. Okay, so it's not or is it window capture? We'll do window capture. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. So what I'm going to do is take Pot Player. We're going to remove the playlist, which I don't know why that's playlist. Fuck it. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. So yeah, this is George's video from yesterday. Babushka. Yeah, George does look like an old Russian grandmother. And or like Joe Madden's retarded brother-in-law. Like one of the two. He looks like a spastic. I just find it funny how he doesn't bother to look in the mirror before he, goes on camera. I do have to say this time though, his shirt's dark, so we can't really analyze if it's clean or not. But he hasn't shaved again, and his bags under his eyes are so heavy that if you threw him off the ship, it would probably sink the whole goddamn ocean. You could definitely see this later on in the video. Alright, so broken like Ethan Ralph. Although Lewis, I think we both can admit he probably needs he needs some Portuguese style beatings like Ethan Ralph did. Alright, so let's see. The only thing I'm worried about playing this is I don't have my headphones, so if it feeds back, please let me know, you guys, and I'll try to change the settings of my Blue Snowball.
All right, real fast. I have better things to do with my life than...
Every Gorgeous George video, it starts off with that, I have better things to do with my life. Yeah, so you're going to set aside 15 minutes. Remember, he didn't want to spend, what was it? Any longer than, I think he says 5 in this, or 3. So he goes way beyond that because he's severely butt mad as usual. And great job to IC and the other goons that got George to do this, by the way, because getting George to do a tirade is always an accomplishment. So Floby! Damn it, Lewis. Yeah, that's even a better reference. That does look like a Floby haircut.
Sit here and critique and...
Oh yeah, you could really see the bags right there. Holy jeez. Like, he hasn't slept in 4 years. That is... I'm as fucking stressed out as I can be. Look, he's got to be worried about us, I'd say, 24/7 at this point. I mean, I'm sure he's been like that for years, but especially lately.
worry and this, that, and the other. But, and I'm gonna just cap this at 5 minutes.
All right, so remember, 5 minutes. More than 10 minutes later, he ends the video. Oh, I love this.
And if it runs more than 5 minutes, I'm gonna be really, really, truly mad at myself.
Spoiler, folks, he's not mad at himself after this. As a matter of fact, he blames everybody but himself at the end of this video.
A valuable lesson to be learned is you can't trust no one.
No, you can't trust no one if you're backstabbing people in the back like you do, George. You see, if you surround... I'm trying to remember that whole karma video he did where he says if you open yourself up to good things will happen to you. Well, guess what, George? If you're a complete and utter douchebag, coming on to people who are fucking trying to get off of drugs and then trying to take advantage of them, and then get fucked over even more by having $100 an inch stroked off. Remember, folks, he paid $100 an inch to get that whole thing nice and worked up. God damn it, George, you're disgusting.
Can't trust no one at all. My personal life is exactly what it is my personal life.
Which is why you told your personal life to somebody that was getting therapy and trying to recover off of drugs, and then you expected them to keep a random stranger to keep this secret and not expose it to somebody that they hated, How could you allow yourself to be this stupid, George? Yeah, the laws of attraction. Thank you, Deus. I'm not even, let's see. I'm looking at the wrong counter. 37 seconds into this video, and I think I've already gotten 5 minutes of talk time out of it. Oh, we are in for a long night.
Okay. Now, I said that I'm not doing this and I don't want to do it. It pains me so much to even have to do this.
Okay, so we're now 48 seconds in, and he's pretty much spent the whole time talking about how he doesn't want to do this, that he shouldn't be doing this, and that he won't be doing this, and yet we're still doing it. Still doing it, George. You're still making yourself, as you say it, into a tar baby.
Or come out and say anything like this at all. But the unexpected happened. Usually when people get into something, they get into an argument, and that's what it is an argument.
One of my favorite things about this is how George tries to spin this as a lover spat when he sort of admits halfway down this that it was, a more of a business thing. You two were never lovers, George. She said it. Her boyfriend said it. And nobody believes you. This was not a mutual thing, as you will try to, once again, spin this into later.
Argument. And that's pretty much what it is. But unfortunately, when you confide in someone and you give them information and then they decide to go beyond just having a dispute with someone and then go beyond and try to attack that person for something that they knew what they did was wrong.
So what you're going to do then, George, is victim shame the victim for revealing something that they felt burdensome about. Like you essentially coming on to them and you forcing himself on them and wondering why all this shit happened. You remember, George, you gotta manifest positive things. Remember what you said in that kitchen before you lost your house? What is it, 6-7 years ago? That you gotta be positive. Is this working for you, George? Oh, that's right. It hasn't. You're in a van, stinking up, smelling like shit, which you never deny, to your 2-inch dong. Doesn't deny this in the video, by the way. This whole nearly 15-minute video, not once does he say, I don't stink and I have a tiny penis. It bespeaks more of those things than what he says here.
Well, boys and girls, let me spell it out to you. It's like...
Let me smell it out to you. A Freudian slip. Let me smell that out to you.
This simple. Recently, there was a relationship that was had with this woman.
I swear, a woman could walk by George and just say hi, and in George's delusional, narcissistic mind, they've been in a relationship for 40 years. George has no concept of what a deep, meaningful relationship is. And you can truly tell it here. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us has. Let's see, did Watt stick a bull? A good one, Mel. But I completely lost my train of thought there. But George, yeah, you tell people your random secrets, and they pretend to, you know, that they care. Doesn't mean that they actually care. Doesn't mean that you're in a relationship with them. And it doesn't mean you should treat them as such. Okay? I know that's a hard concept for you to wrap your peanut-sized brain around. Get it? Peanut? And thereby abusing and stalking them.
And this woman and I were in a relationship.
No, you two weren't. That's a bunch of bullshit. And everybody in chat knows it. Watt Smith is a comedian. What? God damn it, Mel. Making me sing that song.
Though, little did I know, it was all a farce.
It was a farce. It was never a farce to begin with. You created the relationship in your own mind. And when you two did that video about flipping the pancakes, and this is something everybody has pointed out, she wanted to jump the fuck out of that car, or the van specifically. And I believe toward the end of the video, you could see her go out. She wanted nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your videos. And the reason that she didn't want to be with you on your birthday, this is something that he's going to mention later, is you stink, she doesn't like you, and she never wanted you in her life to begin with. Hard concept for you to get, George, I know.
And it was all a little game being played. And yours truly, once again, got snookered, hooked.
Wait, did he delete the video? No. Hold on. I gotta check this out. Just a moment, folks, because my computer is, I still see it. Yeah, the video's still there. Okay. Holy shit, you guys. I'm so sorry. I saw the player and I thought the resolution would have been just right for you guys. Oh, man. Although I can make this a little bit bigger and... yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm so sorry about that, folks. Once again, I really... yeah, I just noticed it now because I'm an idiot. Good thing we didn't get that far into the video before I figured this out. Since I already forgot what point I was going with there, we'll continue.
Line and sinker. But the problem is, this situation was a little bit different because it felt like it could have been something. It could have been...
Could have been what? A fake relationship where in your dreams you had a fake wedding in Las Vegas where you gave her a ring and during the honeymoon she doesn't hawk it for meth and run away with some biker bozo. And then, you know, you write her some poem about, I don't even know, I don't even remember her name, but like something elephant shoe. Because you are dumb enough to believe that Sue's last name meant elephant shoe in Swedish. Oh, I'll never forget that one, George. And I know some Lagoons won't forget it either.
Real. My business doesn't need to go out. But since
George, once again, this is entirely your fault. It's not her fault. You burden her with all your minutia, and it came onto her, and probably, if I know you, threatened that if she didn't kiss you or didn't have sex with you, that you wouldn't be driving her. I'm almost certain that was what happened. It had to be. Oh, Shelly. Okay, that's her name. Oh, was that the video? Hold on. Okay, I gotta go check this out myself. Was that a short? I'm trying to remember. I believe that was a short. Because I do not see it. Yeah, that's gone. That video is gone. Holy shit. Yeah, you guys are right. Okay. Didn't believe that there for a second. Wow, George. So you see, if you're this wonderful, magnificent guy, then how come Shelly, didn't let you leave your video up for you two to have a memento by, that you both could agree that fuck the goons? Because you were an asshole to begin with, and you tried to impose yourself on her, and she didn't want any fucking part of it. It's that simple. And I honestly do not know how you haven't been arrested yet. Then again, if he was an ambulance driver or was hired in any way in that capacity, that would have been something that would have been on the news. That is the kind of scumbaggery we have here. All right, let's continue.
This individual and decided to take it to that level, I'm going to take it there, but I'm going to be very short and sweet about it.
Short and sweet. We're already 2 minutes into a 13 more minute video to go. Jesus. Oh, thanks a lot, you dummy. Fuck you. God damn. No. Yeah. I do not like being in women's clothes. As a matter of fact, not so long ago, I showed the pictures of me of all the plays I did at, when I was at, was it Cypress College? I don't even remember where I did all those. My director who worked with, the only person who might know who this is Will Marklin. Eric Morris is a very famous acting teacher in Hollywood, and he studied under him. And he, for some reason, I'm still trying to figure out to this day, kept liking me to have both either the gay role, which I understand, or women's roles. And I still to this day, I hate doing that shit. And the one time I was in a nun's habit, I looked hideous, and I couldn't wait to get it off after rehearsals every day. And I don't know how women can dress up like that every day. Being in makeup, well, then again, gothic makeup's different. But, like, doing your makeup like that every day, you wear a dress? I guess technically, yeah, a nun's habit that one time. God, that was fucking weird. That was a fucking weird... One of my weirdest roles ever as an actor. I'll still never forget I'll never get what he was... I'll just never forget what he was thinking when he casted me as the fucking nun. So, oh yeah, well, it's not about me. It's about George. Jesus Christ.
This woman who I met this woman. We hit it off. We began hanging out.
Notice how George never says where or how they hit it off. He's very generic about it, which is one way you know he's being full of shit here.
She rode with me. She rode with me doing work. She was...
George, there are billions of people every day who work at their jobs who do not fall in love with each other. Yet everybody that you bump into that has either worked with you or that you've met somewhere on the way, like in your I guess that was one of the reasons why he had his taxi driving company, was so he could try to pick up on prostitutes. So, you know, free ride, for a free ride, if you catch my drift. George, you're a disgusting piece of shit.
The client, and nobody tells you who and what to have feelings for, and I didn't think nothing of it.
Only George would fall this hard for a woman that not only did they just met, they had no connection whatsoever. It was a business agreement, and all George gives for the reason they fell in love with each other was basically he said she rode in my van. That's it. It's nuts.
Because it felt right, it felt good, and I felt like I could open up and tell her pretty much everything.
He just said it right there. Since she was there, he felt like he could literally unbag everything on her. Which, poor thing, she must have felt overwhelmed by. Imagine, being poor, going to a drug clinic, and once again, this is free of charge. Then you have some asshole telling you about how people on the internet are ruining his life. All the while, being on his phone, saying all this shit, and trying to come on to you at the same time. It's literally, I know I've said this 10 billion times in a row, it's the most upper echelons of bullcrap and scumbaggery. I literally cannot think of anything else to add here. I know I probably said this a billion times already. It's horrendous. Gigi, yes. I can't wait to be there with you guys at GoonCon next year. Knock on wood, hopefully nothing happens to my fucking... I've never been so angry in my life as when that fucking happened. Anyway, let's continue.
But little did I know her true self.
True self as in, I know I'm saying this again, being a vulnerable woman just wanting to get to the fucking drug clinic, being harassed by a fucking rapist.
So throughout the time that we met, we hung out, we went to dinner, she would ride with me. She would ride with go to her the service that we provided for her. And
we provided for her. So this means either one of two things. And this is the first one is the one I'm most worried about. When I think of the word we, it's either him or somebody else that runs this service, or George runs this service, or this is one of George's friends, probably knows his proclivities, and allows him to work in this service anyway, which is why I think it's imperative why we should call up the service and show them everything. Show them all the Jamie stuff, show them this, show them any proof. I don't know if there's any written proof of what she says. I mean, ultimately, it would be best for, what is her name, Sally? I forget her name already. Because this is still relatively new to me. but we need to figure out a way to get this piece of shit fired for doing this. So this also must mean that he got fired from door dashing if this is what he's doing now. George, I've said this a billion times to you before. You need to get a normal job. Walmart greeter. How hard is it to be a Walmart greeter? You could go there, do minimum wage. You could still live in your van if you want. But you would be making probably... You'd have to be making at least double more than... Oh, Shelley. Okay. Thank you. But he'd have to be making at least twice as much more as he is now a day than what he's doing now. But instead, since George doesn't like being quote-unquote bossed around, when, that's what most people, including us, have to do every day is work, George feels like he's above that. And since, because of that, he feels the need to get a little bit fringe benefits on top of that. Like coming on to the most helpless of youth that come into his car so he could, essentially grope them.
She would ride with me a little bit after work or whatnot. Of course, through that time, there was a short stint where, and so she had said that her mom was questioning, why she was coming out home late or why she was coming late. Anyway,
I know, God forbid, George, a mom whose kid used to be strung out on drugs, who said that they were going to go to the drug clinic by day, probably be home in the afternoon, suddenly comes home late with the most unshaven, ungodly looking man that has ever walked the earth. I mean, look at him. Look at him. That is grape face. That is literal grape face right there. If I saw that in a taxi, I would already be in the next city over. It's completely disgusting.
But it got to a point where I was thinking that the mother was playing the go-between, stopping the relationship.
The go-between. Does George even know what go-between means? I think he just did a GG-ism there. That's not what a go-between is. You see, George, the mom's being a mom and just being sure her kid isn't out with a piece of shit like you.
Relationship because maybe of something of an age difference, and of course there's an age difference. You're more than 30 years old, probably 35 years old, years more than she is. It's sort of hard for me not to get like a little bit tinged with this subject, but George is literally being sexually aggressive here and thinks he can get away with this when he obviously can't. He probably does. Once again, George is pretty stupid, Deus. Knew about my...
Exactly, Genzel. He's old enough to be a granddad. And doesn't have the empathy to know that, a mother is just being concerned for their kid.
Age. She knew my age. Her age, she was young herself. Like a 20-some-year-old difference in age. But then again, she's legal, I'm legal. Age is just a number, not...
God damn it. She's legal, I'm legal. Age is just a number. Let that sink in for a couple moments, folks, because remember, George has had these pedophilia allegations against him. And then he goes and says something stupid like this. I'm just as disgusted as the chat is right now. It's hard not to be. George, you're a disgusting pig. You need help. You're the one that should be going to these kind of clinics, not the drug clinics per se, but he needs to be like 5150 or something. This is not healthy behavior. And George literally looks like he's about to cry here because his girl spilled... I should say his girl. This poor innocent lady got harassed by her, stalked by him, and is just letting this information out because it's burdensome. I would too.
A cause and effect. So, throughout all of that, I felt like I could say anything and talk to her. I felt like I could open up. She was never confrontational with me.
Of course she isn't. She's just a kid. And not to mention, this is something else I'm also betting, folks, because I'm not an expert in this subject, but usually when they have those kind of van rides, they're usually full. So what I'm guessing George did is drop all the people off who he subconsciously knew was not interested in him. And he probably left her alone, knowing that she was vulnerable, she was probably shy, and this is just conjecture on my part, but I'm guessing she was either molested or raped at some point in her life, considering that her first instinct wasn't to run or immediately punch him in the face. Because that's how most women I've ever met would react to that. There's just something very, very wrong here. Or as George says, I'm not gonna spoil that just yet. There's something very rotten, let's just say.
Never really argued until the very end, of course. Not confrontational at all. So it kind of felt good.
So you just heard him there, folks. She wasn't confrontational, so therefore it felt good. Because George wasn't being challenged. So one of the things that George is getting off on is when the victim doesn't say no. Let that sink in for a moment. Now that I'm watching this for the third time, the first time, of course, I saw on George's channel. Second time was on Lewis's channel. And now that I'm watching it, it's hard for me. Like, I'm drinking a soda right now, and I don't even want to look at it. That's how disgusted I am. Not to the point of being nauseous, by the way. But it is very pervy, very cringy, and very disgusting. This is not how people with normal sexual libidos work. They don't get off on this kind of shit. Ugh.
Young girl digging me, a young girl getting into it.
Young girl digging me. That's not what young people say these days, George. I've not heard that expression, digging it, since the... Well, I never heard it in my life because that saying got outdated by the late 70s and was prominent in late 60s, early 70s. So you're really dating yourself with that reference there.
To me and whatnot, and it felt pretty damn good. Until she moved into this other place and she was going back and forth with her cousin. Now, she had some issues.
She was running away from you, George, and you were too fucking dumb to see. Actually, no, I take that back. I know exactly what she was doing. You were probably stalking her, and she was running away from you. You somehow got the information to where she was at. You probably followed her and stalked her. She probably looked out the window or something, and you were probably there looking in the windows, if I know you. Got freaked out, hit again, and you started looking for her. It's amazing because looking back at all this stuff now, this is all starting to connect together. You have the mind of a sexual predator. Not you have the mind. You do have the mind of a sexual predator. This is not how normal people, people with normal sexual functions work. They do not get off on this kind of shit. Only sick motherfuckers like you do.
She had some stuff that she was trying to get taken care of. And she would do things kind of questionable, nefarious shit.
She would do things that are questionable. Not you. I mean, it's perfectly okay for you to pry into people's lives, stalk them, follow them, sexually come onto them, dump a boatload of TMI information onto them, and do all this other shit, yet it's not your fault. This is completely and utterly your fault, George. And I do not know why. And Shelly, if you're listening to this, you got to turn him into the cops. He should, at the very least, have a restraining order out against him. At the very least. And Shelly, if he did do anything sexually unjust toward you, I would definitely go to the police about that, because otherwise he's going to continue to do this. I mean, he's in here, and here's where I'm going to start getting angry, and I shouldn't be as a troll, but this is one of the few times I'm going to get angry about this. But he's in a profession where he's trusted with transporting vulnerable people, in this case, both emotional, with the elderly, it's more physical than emotional, but with the people that are addicted to this stuff, very emotionally vulnerable people. George spots this, and he's like a wolf in a chicken shack. Or a coyote in a chicken shack. Either way. And he sees all these things that he can eat. Him being like the coyote in the chicken shack. It is so fucked up. Yes, I'm breaking the rules to a lot of things tonight, Genzo. All the rules are out the fucking window.
At the end, by wanting the service that we provided for her, she wanted to.
Once again, he says we. So, this is something for either the IC to look into or we should look into, because if in any way he owns this quote-unquote service, there should be some way to report him to wherever he's transporting these people to. Because this is definitely unprofessional behavior. Let's see, I was trying to find, let's see. Yeah. He deleted the pancake video. Well, that's... Yeah, he probably deleted it because he didn't want her to find it. Yeah, he's scared now. As he should be. I'm surprised he hasn't deleted this yet. Because this is, I'd even say, more damning than the pancake video. Far more damning. But, yeah, this is... We're in a point right now where George is probably... not probably, but he's definitely going to either molest somebody or try to rape somebody sometime soon. This is, and I wouldn't, once again, I'm a troll. I don't normally go into this territory, but something dangerous is going to happen with him soon. And he's going to be the one that is quote unquote causing all this. And I really want to stop it. And I know you guys want to stop it too before that happens. It is so disturbing that he says all this and thinks it's normal. Let's see, Dane. Oh, yeah. And I think that goes for almost anybody. Yeah, even transporting people, you're not supposed to date them. Actually, it's not just in the medical professions. A lot of office jobs, you can't date people within it because... If anything bad happens, it can cause a really weird office dynamic to happen. And generally speaking, unless you're doing fast food or something, or some job, where a service-oriented job, yeah, it's not a good idea to date people at work. At least in my humble opinion. I've done it before. And I could give a story right now. As a matter of fact, where I got stalked. I might as well tell it now that I sort of let that cat out of the bag. So this goes back to when I was doing the prop master thing. And there was... I think he was in a special school. And I'll say special because... and this is really bad of me to say, but you could obviously tell he was a little bit on the slow side. But he was there. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was some sort of thing the college was doing or what, but he was there helping out with stuff and just took sort of an infatuation with me, and I didn't want anything to do with him. Mostly because he... I gotta say this. He was better looking than George, but it was very creepy, the way he was doing it. And one day I went to the bathroom, and he immediately followed. And while I was about ready to pull out my thing, he walks right in front of me and shows me his... how do I put this politely? His props. And I'm like, dude, no. And the first thing I did was I went out that motherfucker and I reported him. No. It just like that meme. No. Yeah, you cannot have these kind of shenanigans at a workplace unless it's... I do have to say, I guess if it's off the clock, then that's fine. But sexual harassment is always wrong. Such as that, and I'm sorry, I got way off track there, and that was a bit of TMI, but it related to this, so fuck it. Wow, this has been a weird night for me. Usually, I don't reveal this kind of shit.
Go to a certain place. And she always wanted to go to that certain place, and I questioned why she was going there.
You mean to get her treatment? She was going there... Oh, wait a minute, that's right, he was referring to something else. But still, George, if this was your service, which, since you've said we 2 times now, I'm going to assume that it is, you should have the professionalism not to come on to her, to take her to get help, and to bring her back without being harassed. Is that too much to ask for?
But she said that she had to take care of this, she had to take care of stuff, pay bills, where she used to live at.
Oh, God forbid, George. Doing normal stuff that a normal adult does, like go to work maybe, or do bills, maybe have friends, friends outside of you. Or, family that they have to go see, or hobbies. God forbid hobbies. Because that would interfere with the man-child. And this is why nobody wants to have a relationship with you, George, because they cannot be individuals outside of the relationship. You want to fuck up a relationship, people, this is how to do it. But then again, they were never in a relationship to begin with. This is just something that George has just imagined as a cope. Because he doesn't want to admit that he failed coming on to a woman that he had to pay to have sex with.
So, not really knowing, I kind of just figured, okay. I gave her money, I helped her out.
And he very loosely admits that there. He gave her money. Which, George, you're homeless. Why would you give her money? Unless you wanted something back from her, which is why I think this is like an easy way out for you. You wanted something in return, you got it. And as a result of that, we know a bunch of things that you didn't want us to know now. Oh my God. I still cannot get over the fact that he doesn't deny the fact that he's dirty, he's smelly, and he has a very small member.
That's the kind of person that I am. And no, I didn't give her money for sexual favors.
Bullshit. I do not believe you there for a second, George.
Those sexual favors were given because...
George, if you have, like, consensual sex with somebody, you don't call them sexual favors. It's just sex. This is how I know you're lying. Whenever, me, anybody else in chat, normal people have sex, it's just, either we had an intimate, if you want to be really formal, intimate relations, we fucked, if it's like a one-night stand, but it's always in present tense, it doesn't sound like that you gave a prostitute money for sex, which is what this is sounding like right now.
It was a mutual consensual situation.
Mutual consensual situation. Only George could say that. Mutual consensual consideration.
Now, never had any sexual intercourse with her?
She said as much. I'm not going to repeat the stuff that she said because it's disgusting either way, because one, you paid her for it, but also you basically begged her for it. And I can't emphasize this enough. I feel really bad for Shelly. She didn't deserve this, and this is just a whole bunch of bullshit that didn't need to happen, and you wanted it to happen so you get a nut off. And why you can see a normal prostitute is something I'll never understand. Except you get off on having power over women. Because that's the only logical thing I can think of at this moment.
But it had a lot of nice foreplay.
Foreplay. So, having $100 an inch pleasured is... Fuck you, George.
Okay. A lot of foreplay with this girl.
Foreplay. Oh, the goons are coming after me. Will you please touch my 2-inch dong? Please pleasure it so I can feel like somewhat of a man again. And these goons, did I tell you about this Marty and these people who are following me every 10 seconds? I gotta keep watching my back. Oh yeah, keep going down on me. Oh yes, it turns me up. George, you are so full of shit. You got off on the fact that you were taking advantage of her. Even if you gave her money. And we all know this.
And she was not repulsed by me whatsoever.
Hey guys, do you believe that? That she wasn't repulsed? Because according to her, your mouth smelled like a sewer. Oh my god. An open fucking sewage pipe is what your mouth smells like, according to her. And I don't even want to know how she knows that either. And this was something we've all known too for years. Even when you were living in that house, how you stunk.
And if she was repulsed by me...
So you're admitting it.
Okay, she had the avenue and the means to say...
She had the avenue. She had the way, George Avenue.
Hey, I don't want to ride with him. But she didn't do that. On the
yeah, because you probably... It's like I said, I'm taking a wild guess here that she was probably either molested or raped and had been taken advantage before in the past. And... at least subconsciously anyway, had been in this position before. It probably was her only defense mechanism was to do nothing and listen. And I genuinely feel so bad for her. Shelly, go to the police. Seriously, you need to go to the police and report this guy.
her. And she was asked, do you feel comfortable riding with George? And she's...
I hate people who talk in third person. Hey guys, do you like watching live stream with Sean? You always sound like a douchebag when that's actually one of my bigger pet peeves. I fucking hate that. And oh god, it makes me even more disgusted by you.
said yes. So she was very comfortable in riding with me because
She had no other choice. If I were to guess, this was probably the only van that went to the clinic. So unless she either walked there, took a bus, or took an Uber or taxi, you were her only choice.
she had an interest in me. And what she was doing is she was playing two people because then she met this other person.
Probably because she never liked you to begin with, George. If she liked you, why would she go on to somebody else? Especially after you started stalking her. This is just so sus, this whole thing. And I'm trying to figure out where he's filming this at. Because it looks like it's in a relatively nice area for, where he actually lives at, which is in his van down by the river. Yeah, it's paid for by the government. It has to be. So, like I said, I'm sure if she got a bus pass, I know in some states you can get a disability pass, which is where you can drive the bus cheaper. I don't know if she had one of those, but I mean, if that was me, and I'm sure if that was most of you guys, you would have probably avoided George like the plague. And I'm sure the reason she didn't was she felt like she was trapped, which is why I feel bad for her. And she was trying to figure a way out.
She met this other person, and this other person, I don't know the story about it. I didn't know until after the fact. And she claimed that this person was a cousin.
According to who, George? Now, this is where you have to prove it. You see, the goons have our proof because, we got it from the woman herself. And then now you're claiming that she had sex with her first cousin. So, where's your proof? And I can't wait to hear this.
Living somewhere out of the realm, living as a cousin. So, didn't really think nothing of it. It was, and I would give her money, I would feed her, I would take her out. And,
I know, God forbid, being selfless and not asking for anything in return. Because what George is basically saying here, is I gave her shit and I wanted something in return. He's basically saying the opposite of what he's really wants to say. He wants to say that, I was being selfless. When here he's saying I was selfish. I gave her stuff. When you say I gave her stuff, that sounds selfish.
We're even talking about getting her phone because she's having problems with her.
I'm boggled by this. So I have to ask once again, is this the company that he's working with? Does he own his own? And not to mention, why would she want a phone from you when she could get an Obama phone and many other avenues of getting an affordable phone and not have to rely on you? This sounds like a Jamie situation to me, where you would give her the phone, there would probably be tracking software on it, and you would know wherever she was any moment of the day, because George is the most insecure person on earth. This is what insecure, not even betas, omegas do. This is omega level behavior.
Phone, but thank God I never did that. So, long story short, after about 5 months, 6 months, she stopped using the service because she went through her program. And she cut back in using our service.
Our service. Okay, so this is what I haven't been looking at chat that much because I've been sort of rambling here. When George says our service, what do you guys think that means? I'll have to wait a few moments for chat to catch up here. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think George is saying here by our service? Do you think he's referring to himself? Do you think he's referring to a company he's working for? Or is George being full of shit like he usually is? But I'm still trying to figure out what he means here when he says our service. Because if he's working for the hospital that he's taking these patients to, they gotta know about this. Because now he's talking as a representative on their behalf. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm thinking of, Genzo. Because then they have to know about this. Because right now, in this video, he's acting as a representative. Basically telling off one of the patients that they did something wrong, even though they did nothing wrong. And this is, once again, there's so many disturbing things about this video. But the fact that he keeps referring to this as our service, our company, it's almost that much more of an imperative that we go seek this out and call them. Because they need to know about this.
And then she kind of cut back and wanting to do things with me after hours. So.
I know, God forbid. She was probably... she's probably like singing at... I'm trying to remember what George said in one of his letters once before. He's... Oh, that's it. At the top of lung. Yeah, that was one of the things he wrote in his lawsuit. George... Yeah, that he was yelling at the top of lung. She was probably screaming at the top of lung that she got her freedom back. Because that's the only thing I can think of how she felt when she let go of you. Or not let go of you. When she was rid of you.
On the weekends. So I felt like I was being ghosted. So I simply...
Ghost? There was never a relationship! How can you be ghosted? All of us in chat... I'm sure most of us in chat anyway, depending on how many of you are in relationships right now, know how it feels to have been ignored one time. Like, completely ignored. This is not ghosting because you two were never in a relationship to begin with.
They said, hey, what's going on? Why are you telling me that you want to do something and we can't go out and do something? And then, we were supposed to make plans by, maybe... hanging out, doing some karaoke, because she said that she could sing.
Oh my God! Oh, that's gonna get the snail trails going. Hey, ladies, you know what will really turn you on? Let's get you up in front of that microphone and make an ass out of yourself. Now, you see, I don't mind doing it because I'm a silly fool like that, but I've never met anybody who's been on a date where they strictly did karaoke. Maybe they went to a bar afterwards and, sung a couple of songs. I've never either been on a date or met anybody who's been on a date where karaoke was their main focus. This is what George wants to do when he takes the ladies out. Oh, you want to hear me sing, ladies? I bet you could sing. George is... so obsessed with his own voice and thinking his shit doesn't stink that he puts people off, and he doesn't realize that, which is what makes this so fucking funny. Oh my God. He is a bullfrog, Lewis. 110% bullfrog. Oh my God.
Or whatnot, and she would blow me off on that, even going out to a restaurant, blew me off on that. So I kind of...
Yeah, because you creeped her the fuck out. Considering how you... I know I don't want to repeat all the stuff I said before, but after all the stuff that previously happened, you creeped her the fuck out. You have no idea how to treat a lady if you fucking had Gunther give you all the tricks. God rest his soul. He is about the furthest end of romantic that you can get.
Realized something wasn't right in Denmark.
Something wasn't right in Denmark. Oh, I gotta hear that again.
Off on that, even going out to a restaurant blew me off on that. So I kind of realized something wasn't right in Denmark.
God damn. I mean, there's several like GG-isms in this video that are hilarious. That's one of my favorites. You know, being having done acting at one point in his life, although never did Hamlet. Hamlet is, I would say, probably one of the more difficult Shakespeare plays to do. But everybody knows that quote, and come on. Even my my nephews and cousins know something's wrong in the state of Denmark. Everybody except you, George.
And then knowing that she's with this guy's place with a bunch of Harleys and a Confederate flag being.
Oh, okay, so we went from this being her cousin to this being some biker bozo with Confederate flags. George, you're not being very consistent here. Is it her cousin or is it some biker with Confederate flags? Make up your mind.
Stats right in the back there made you kind of wonder what was really going on. And then she said, well, she's going to go to Bike Week. She's going to go be out of town for about...
Only George is dumb enough not to pick up on this cue. She's basically saying, fuck you, George. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm willing to bet that she didn't go to Sturgis. That she was using this as an excuse just to get away from him. That she just wanted to be left the fuck alone. But George Bean, as clingy, as insecure as he is, just kept his talents in her as long as he could. Until she fell off. God damn it.
A week or two with her dad and this guy. So right then and there, I kind of knew something was not right in Denmark. I even...
One of my favorite things about George is when he doubles down on his regardation. Something's something's wrong in the state of Denmark. I gotta hear... Well, sorry, folks. Once again, it's the theater brat in me.
Her dad and this guy. So right then and there, I kind of knew something was not right in Denmark. I even questioned it.
Oh my God, I'm seriously doubting. I mean, at one time I thought George's IQ was 80. I think that's too generous. Because even when it appears, you know, he knows some things, he says something this patently stupid, he's got to have at least Wings levels of IQ here, if not less than that.
Before she mentioned anything about Bike Week, I kind of questioned it, and she did not, and said, oh no, he's my cousin, and he has more ladies coming over here at this place than anything else.
Okay, George. This should have been another clue that she wanted nothing to do with you. Not many people have sex with their relatives. At least, God, I hope not. Once again, I'm still convinced that she was doing this as a way to get herself the fuck, once again, just as far away from you as possible. I'm sure she's not even in the same county as you are, George. She probably... I really hope she moved to another state, at least for her sake anyway. Yes, most definitely, meth. Yeah, let's continue.
I just live here because, you know, that's my kin. And he has all these girls coming by. I was getting suspicious, and I kind of realized in the back of my head, but then, of course, knowing the situation, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt because, again,
Because you're stupid and gullible. And since you don't want your feelings hurt, you'll still stay in it until your heart is completely broken because you are such an insecure Omega. Because at least betas can accept the fact that that their hearts have been broken. He won't let it go. He refuses to let it go. George, she never liked you to begin with. The signs were all over the place. You imposed yourself on her by unloading your baggage. I know I'm repeating this again, chat. I'm sorry. And you expected her to be in a relationship with you? That's not how relationships work. They never work like that. It's like you two first have something in common. And it's not that I unload my story on you, let's stay. That's not how relationships work. God damn it, you're stupid.
we never really had any arguments. She was not confrontational with me.
Yeah, meth.
And there was nothing, no money that was paid to her for sexual services. There was no money paid
Bullshit.
for sexual services. So let's get that straight. So finally, I called her, and the phone was disconnected.
I wonder why. Chat, why do you think she disconnected her phone? Any two guesses as to why, and the second one doesn't count. Can you, George, are you that thick? She disconnected her phone. She got her cousin to say that she was in a relationship with her. She moved places. She was doing all this stuff, including changing hospitals, to get away from you. And you still think that you were in a relationship with her. What does this say about you, George?
And I was wondering why I was disconnected. I left a message, say, hey. And then I couldn't leave a message.
So, wait, George, are you telling me if a number is disconnected, I can't leave a message? Holy shit, I would have never figured that out without your information there, Captain Obvious. Wow. God damn it, you're retarded. Oh, I know I keep stopping and am flabbergasted at moments. It's just, I know I've been trolling for decades now. I'm still flabbergasted at times that we have regards like this walking this earth. And surviving, no less. And in some horrifying cases, procreating. It boggles my fucking mind.
So finally, I went ahead and said, let me block my number and see if by chance. And in fact, I just had a feeling that I needed to call her by blocking my number.
So, once again, George, instead of, letting it go, that, he got dumped. Not dumped. Well, once again, I'm looking at it at George's perspective. Because, once again, these two were never in a relationship. That they got dumped. Why would you pursue somebody that was never attracted to you to begin with? This is not intelligent behavior. Remember, you wrote an autobiography, one of the most poorly written, typoed biographies of all time, but you're this quote-unquote intelligent person that graduated from Carnegie, that stupid college, and you are so dumb that you can't figure out that this woman doesn't want any part of you. Let her go. Why are you stalking her and doing this to her? What do you guys want to bet that after this video was made, he was still trying to follow her? You know he was.
And sure enough, the phone was ringing. So that really pissed me off. And I said, hey, what is going on here? What?
Once again, couldn't accept the fact that you knew Here's George. I know you knew the answer before you called her. You knew how this was going to go. What did... I'm going to give a Gigi-ism here. Did you expect her to welcome you with open arms? Remember when you said that before, George? Did you expect her to welcome you with open arms when you unblocked a number and tried to stalk her? Genius. Oh my fucking God.
Did you block my number? So finally, after 3 weeks of not hearing anything from her, I kind of wanted to know what was going on.
You knew what was going on. You just said it yourself. This was just another way for you to snake back into her life. That's what this was. It was like you blocked me. You were trying to shame her, hoping that by shaming her, that, you know, she would relent and go back with you. And when that didn't work, of course, everything was her fault. It wasn't. It's 1,000,000,000% your fault.
And I did not go there. I wanted to go there. I wanted to go there to find out what was going on, but I didn't go there. And finally, I asked the proverbial question, why? Why are you treating me like this? And then she comes out with it and she said, well, you know, my homeboy, that wasn't my cousin. That was my boyfriend. That was my boyfriend. And I said...
Because once again, she wanted to get the fuck away from you. That wasn't her boyfriend. Are you this retarded, George? I almost want to do a poll, but I'm sure most of you agree that couldn't have been her boyfriend. That she was doing this to try to rid herself of George. And I'm sure during the interview that she had with the goons that she admitted as such. George, they never dated. You just believe that because you want to believe the worst in people that wronged you.
Oh, is that right? I said, well, wasn't it I who kind of questioned you a couple times and you denied it? I said, what kind of game are you playing?
Hypocrisy there, George. Projection. This is a game you're trying to play. You stalk this woman. You call her probably multiple times a day at this point. And when you mysteriously, I'm sure you Googled how to, try to call her again. When you figured that out, try to call her. You tried to give her a guilt trip, which failed. And I'm sure when that failed, which it did here, he rages. And the only, and I believe, how do I articulate this? This was why she went to the goons. Apparently she heard about the goons. And what do you call it? She found us. Jesus, that wasn't the most articulate thing to say, but once again, I'm pretty flabbergasted right now.
So, this woman played a good role, played a good little role,
Yeah, you the good little role of pretending like you're the innocent victim in all this. You're not. You're a rapist. You're a molester. You're an emotional, abusive person. And you're a piece of shit. Pure and simple.
Had an Academy Award, another Academy...
Academy Award. Oh, I gotta hear that again. Academy Award. Hold on.
Played a good role. Played a good little role. Had an Academy Award, another Academy Award.
Oh, okay, I misheard that. That was my fault. I could have sworn he said Academy Award.
Goes out to another user. So I called her out. I called her out for being a manipulative bitch.
That would be you, George.
And I called her out for being just a user.
That's you.
And just a person with a lack of any conscience.
Oh, that's definitely you. So, all three of these things, all three of these qualities that you just described, they all describe you. It's a form of projection. And I know you don't realize it because you're still thick to this day, but you are easily one of the most manipulative lolcows on the internet. A matter of fact, I'd even debate in some ways more so than Empress. I mean, Empress, as far as I know, he's a jobless schmuck who lives in a group home. And as worried as I am about him being around kids, I'm more worried about George finding vulnerable women, specifically who need emotional help, and him taking advantage of them. Because he'll do it. You gotta take a little breath there, sorry. It's like I said, normally trolling, I don't get worked up over these things, but he is such a piece of shit. I gotta be honest, when George first got homeless, I actually thought he would have killed himself at one point. Boy, was I wrong.
Or any moral fiber or any conscience. And of course, there was mention about these bitches. She knew about these bitches because she was good. I met her during my birthday in July, and we were supposed to go out and have a birthday party.
Okay, George. She didn't want to do karaoke with you. She didn't want to go to a restaurant with you. What would make you think she'd want to go with you for your birthday? You know, a freaking occasion where she's supposed to buy you a present. Or she's supposed to treat you to something. Why would she do that? What are you... not to pull James Rolfe here, but what the fuck are you thinking?
Birthday party was backed up a little bit, but she was going to come to the birthday party and be a part of it. So we hung out, we did a lot, and then just to be told, and then
by hung out, George means, you know, the drive to the clinic and back. That's George's definition of hanging out. I'm actually convinced at this point that she tried to get as far away from him as possible. Probably even more so after that video was made. She looked so uncomfortable.
Just to be pushed by the wayside, to be thrown away like yesterday's news, like garbage. You damn right I questioned it. Damn right I questioned it. And she has the...
You questioned it, yet you called her multiple times asking why she dumped you. Even though 10 billionth time I said it tonight, you two were never in a relationship.
Audacity, and she has the gall to come out and tell me all this shit about being uncomfortable with me, and be the fact that that she didn't want to hurt my feelings. That's why she never said anything, and she did play me and play me for a fool.
George, you played yourself. This was entirely your fault. You have nobody to blame but yourself.
Well, you lied to me is what you did.
I gotta ask Chat something. Have you ever been in a one-sided relationship where you thought you were in a relationship with somebody and they didn't reciprocate at all? And on top of that, you asked this person for money for sex? I can't think of anything more pathetic than that.
You lied to me. You not only played me, not only hurt my feelings, but you made me have anxiety. You made me emotionally upset and gave me high anxiety.
Oh, that was a good movie, High Anxiety. Anybody ever see that? I doubt that. Not that I doubt that, because George stalks people. I shouldn't doubt that, but I do. He cannot take signs at all. Not at all. George cannot take a hint. Like, literally, a woman could die, and George would think he was being ghosted. As he says. She could be having, like, a kidney transplant, and George would think that some biker bozo is cheating on her. She's cheating on her with a biker bozo, excuse me.
So, I hope you're happy with yourself. And by the way, you knew exactly what that video was for. You knew exactly what we were doing on that video, and you were all for it. Things changed, but when I called you out on a character blemish that you have, when I called...
You mean sort of like how we spent 20 years... by the way, I don't know if it's either this year or next year that it's going to be the 20th anniversary of the Goons Trolling George online, at least officially. I know it started on SA. It was either 2003, 2004, but we're almost at the 20th anniversary online of Trolling George. So, woo to the OG goons like Lewis. And, wow, I just realized this is going to be my 15th year, I think. 15th, 16th year Trolling George. And you still don't get the hint because you're a manipulative, delusional asshole that cannot see any... Most normal people, George, would get the hint after they started, changing their, clinic from you. Not using your quote-unquote services. But instead, you can't let it go. You call her 24/7. I bet you were out her window the whole time. When you weren't, you were probably trying to look for her either online or asking about her with neighbors, because I've heard that's what he does to people in Richmond. Ask the neighbors where she's at and or other people. He like, when he's stalking somebody, he goes full bore at it. Which is why I'm encouraging you, Shelley, if you're listening to this, at the very least, file a restraining order. I'm not kidding either.
You out on your nefarious behavior going out to a certain place out there, and I called you out on why you were ghosting me. I called you out on it. Then you decided to do the unthinkable and go to these people that I told you about that were no good.
And guess what, George? She would not have known about us unless you told her. I know, radical thought, am I right? Imagine that, not revealing your most intimate of secrets probably within the first 5 minutes of driving with her. God, you're stupid. One of the dumbest fucking people on the internet. I'm getting one of the favorite things Chris likes to see me get. Knowing Chris, he probably thinks that's my 15th soda of the day. Oh, by the way, Boston, if you're watching, I'm drinking out of the cup right now. I'm looking at Bucky's right between his eyes. This is one of the most awesome cups I've ever received from anybody. Like, I've received a cup before, Jesus. But the more I watch this, the more in disgust I get by it, and peel back the tab and call it like beer. Do you blame me, Genzel? Oh God, I needed that. All right, let's continue.
Now, you requested you don't want any of the audio being played by these people. They're going to release that audio. Whether you...
Oh, gotta wait for that, go down my throat. Well, that sounded wrong. George, I do have to say, the goons have far more tact than you do. And unless she does something to irritate or backstab them, like she pulls a Roger, a Soyman, or Watt, they're not going to reveal any information about her. I'm willing to bet she's had a troubled life. You see, George, we actually care about people we definitely care about people far more than you do. Have a billion times more empathy. And yet, all you're worried about is your goddamn feelings, you selfish son of a bitch.
You know it or not, because that's the kind of people they are. So you want to smite me. You had every plans to throw me out like garbage, like yesterday's news.
She didn't want to be with you in the first place. I cannot emphasize this to you enough, George. She didn't want to be with you. She didn't want to be with you. She did not want to fucking be with you.
A means to an end, because the program was gone, and you were just going to let me just...
Yeah, exactly. I forgot to point that out. My observations not as keen or as sharp as they were when I first started this video. I think I lost 40 IQ points.
Flounder away and just not saying any more to me, making me believe that, there was all a scam, or making me believe that, I was nothing. And maybe if I was nothing, maybe you should have had the common decency and the common courtesy to say, George, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? There was no relationship. She did nothing wrong. This was entirely your doing. You imposing yourself on her. You sexually harassing her. You being a complete and utter pig. This is 1 billion percent. I know I said this a billion times before. This is a billion times. This is your fault. Plain and simple. Plain and motherfucking simple.
Sorry that I did this to you. That was not my intention. You didn't even have the common decency to apologize for what you did to me.
She did no. Say it with me, chat. She did nothing wrong. She didn't want to be in a relationship with you. God damn it.
And then you want to make it as a joke? I didn't pay you for sexual services. I paid you because I wanted to help you at the time.
Oh, he admits it. Holy shit, I think he admits it. Hold on.
I didn't pay you for sexual services. I paid you because I wanted to help you at the time and the process of what I did.
The time and process of what I did. To me, that basically means the same thing. George, George never gives money, once again, out of selflessness. He does it out of selfishness. If I donate something, if I give something, if I'm altruistic, I do it without knowing that it's never going to come back to me. And if I do, which it has happened before in the past, where I've, given people money and stuff, just because I knew somebody was, having trouble in their life, I usually say, you know what, you don't have to do that. I gave you that money so you can get yourself on your feet, and you did, and I'm happy for you, and there's nothing... I appreciate the thought, but you don't have to do anything like that. With George, it's like, if you were homeless and you suddenly became a billionaire, guess what? George is coming after that piece of that pie, man. He's the kind of guy that would sue you if you hit the Powerball and you were eating out of a dog food can. I hate this son of a... I rarely use the word hate with lolcows. I hate this guy.
I thought you were a good person. I thought you were a genuine good person, to come only to find out that you're a manipulative bitch.
Oh, that's all, folks. Porky Pig came out. Hold on. Did I get a mess? Oh, it's from another chat. Okay, never mind.
At the time and the process of what I did, I thought you were a good person. I thought you were a genuine good person, to come only to find out that you're a manipulative bitch. At the time and the process of what I did, I thought you were a good person. I thought you were a genuine good person, to come only to find out that you're a manipulative bitch.
That's all, folks.
A manipulative bitch is what you are. And I hope the fuck that you're happy. Now you take it to this...
I know we all wish her happiness. Fuck you, George. Oh, you can see the rage here. Look at that face. He looks like he's about to Mike Tyson somebody with his teeth. Like, just bite the lobe right off the ear. Or probably with George, considering how hungry he is, he'd bite off the whole ear. He'd Pablo Picasso you. Except instead of a knife, it'd be just the whole... all the teeth.
Level. Well, they're going to try to play the audio. They're going to go against your wishes. And that video you're going to strike? That video is proof. It's proof that I have.
You mean the video that you were so scared about that you took down? It makes you wonder, since George was scared enough to take that down, that he has 2 strikes on his channel already. And if he gets another strike, then his channel would go bye-bye. Because that's a very knee-jerk reaction to take down your video to do something that somebody threatened that they would take down for privacy.
That you played me. If you didn't
You played yourself, George.
want me, you didn't want to ride with me, all you could have done was tell the boss that you didn't.
It wasn't her fault. There was nothing about this that was her fault, and it was 100% your fault. If anything, you should have told her, you know what, I do not feel comfortable having her in the car with me. Give me somebody else instead. That would have been the right, appropriate thing for you to do, George. But we all know you're a pig. You wanted something out of it. So you tried to do anything to get in her pants, including taking her home and using her. Or, I mean, taking her home as in taking her home from her clinic appointment. You selfish son of a bitch.
Want to ride with me. And if I was such a bad person, you should have said that you didn't want to have nothing to do, and that's what you should have done.
George, she changed her clinic. She stopped using those services. You admitted that. You admitted that she tried hiding from you. You admitted that she stopped taking your phone calls. You admitted that she was with some guy that was a biker that had quote-unquote Confederate flags. Still didn't take this as a hint. Then, when you, what do you call it? Yeah, we're stalking her and then figured out a way to call her, and she said that that was her cousin. George, you are both the most delusional and thickest and dumbest son of a bitch that I've at least ever met. And that includes fucking Ethan Ralph and Wings and all these other motherfuckers. Because they would have had the common decency to know that, you know what, these people don't... Even Cyrex would not want to have gotten this played this long. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. Sorry for not paying attention to chat. I got so impassioned with this that I sort of been ignoring it. But yeah, George, this is why you're almost 60 and you're still alone. You act like a 12-year-old that's gone on their date for the first time. You have all this preconceived stuff in your mind about what's happening that is not happening at all. And then when your heart is broken, like a 12-year-old, you can't accept it. You keep stalking them. And even when they tell you why, you don't accept it. And what am I saying? Even a 12-year-old is not as retarded to know that, you know, most 12-year-olds know when they get their hearts broken. You won't admit it because that would be you admitting that you're in a vulnerable place. I know, yeah, Meth, he had at least, I'm willing to bet, 100 hints that she didn't want anything to do with him. At least.
I would have eventually wanted to find out, but she should have had the common decency and the common self-respect to at least be honest with me and tell me.
Be honest, George. She basically she skywrote it for you. I don't know how more perfectly she could have said it to you that she wanted nothing to do with you.
But no, you didn't have it within you. You want to play me. You wanted to take me for my money. That's all you wanted to do. It's all pre-rehearsed, all pre-planned. So again,
hold on.
I hope you're fucking happy with what you did. I don't want to do this. I didn't want this. And by the way,
I passed over one of my favorite Gigi-isms in this video. That's pre-rehearsed. It's rehearsed, Gigi. It's not pre-rehearsed. It's impossible to rehearse something before a rehearsal. You dumb son of a bitch.
play me. You wanted to take me for my money. That's all you wanted to do.
What money? George. You're homeless. You live in a van down by the river. Your van smells like smegma, sewer water, and bag fries. You are the antithesis of wealth. What would you be able to provide her? You drive in a company van on top of that. You provide nothing to this woman. And she knew it. She tried to say in every other subtle and obvious way to you that she wanted nothing to do with it. And you wouldn't accept any part of it because that would mean having to accept the fact that she broke that you put your heart there and you allowed her to break it because you were dumb.
It's all pre-rehearsed, all
pre-rehearsed.
planned. So again, I hope you're happy. I hope you're fucking happy with what.
I hope Shelly's happy too, actually. And Shelly, if you're listening to this, in addition to, I hope you getting that restraining order against George. I'm sure the goons hope it too. Yeah, we hope that you're doing the best. Nobody deserves this kind of harassment. It's complete and utter bullshit that anybody should have to tolerate this, especially from you. And as I mentioned earlier, the thing that disturbs me the most is, once again, he's doing this with emotionally vulnerable people, is the fact that he's probably doing this to somebody now as we speak. Somebody who's a recovering drug addict, somebody who probably needs therapy or, at the very least, is on psychiatric help. That George feels the need to be in their lives, not to help them, but to help himself. It really is disgusting.
You did. I don't want to do this. I didn't want this. And by the way, they paid you how much money?
Oh, Ginzel, if that happened, yes. Next GoonCon, we got to treat her to a case or something. Or at least buy her dinner. Because if George gave away the money to his storage, I will laugh my ass off. And the day that storage goes up to auction, I know the goons are already set up to buy it. And when that happens, I'm getting those VHTEFs. I'm going to get a deck again. I already got a capture card here. And I'm going to start transferring themselves. That is if the tapes aren't moldy. If they're moldy, then I'm going to have to probably bake them and treat them. No, that's not how you get rid of the mold. You have to get rid of the mold by using another VHS deck, which is a pain in the ass, by the way. If you ever want to see how cumbersome that process is, there's a video on Oddity Archive. I think it's called VHS Moldy Tapes, and it is not fun. But yeah, when that storage goes up for grabs, Eugene says he wants the robe. I want the TEFs. I don't know what you guys want. Hopefully there's something for everybody in there. I know somebody wanted the gumball machine. And let me tell you, if you do get this stuff, you guys are going to have to fumigate it. Like, the gumball machine is probably going to have to be disinfected with just pure grain alcohol or something like that. Or some sort of disinfectant. And that fucking circus tent of a robe will probably have to be fumigated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when that fucker goes up for auction. Alright. Oh, you want that? Well, I guess you and Tony are going to be fighting for it. That'll be a... Jesus, no, I'm not going to go there. Alright, let's continue.
Do they pay you? Huh? How much money did they pay you to do this? Yeah. Stupid. Really stupid.
Yeah, George, you are really stupid.
And you gonna get your boyfriend to shoot me? If I ever come there, you gonna get your boyfriend to shoot me? Maybe the authorities need to know about that one.
Oh, badass George. What? You know what? Your boyfriend wants to shoot me? I'm gonna call the cops on him because I'm such a badass. No, you're not, George. That's the antithesis of badass. You do not call the police on somebody that you claim you're gonna hurt them. Oh my god, I almost dropped my external hard drive. That would have been bad.
Maybe they could tell.
That had some of my Gorgeous George stuff on it. Oh, shit. Keep dropping stuff. He's like a regard. Let's continue.
Tell them about that one. I'm not intimidated by that little punk.
Okay, you're not intimidated by them, but you're going to call the police on them. That's completely contradictory to what you just said. Well, you know what? Your boyfriend's going to come after me. I'm going to call the police. I'm not intimidated by them. George, when you call the police on somebody, that's the antithesis of not being intimidated. That means you're pretty fucking scared. Lying sack of shit.
Okay? First of all, I'm not intimidated by that punk, and I'm not intimidated by any of these bitches or trolls.
Yeah, which is why... wasn't George declared... well, I don't remember what number that was. Basically, like how they treat every George call now as an insane person. George doesn't realize that because he calls the police at the drop of a hat. 43, that's right. Yeah, George is a nut, and whenever he calls the police, they believe him less and less, especially when nothing happens. And he... I believe he did call the cops during GoonCon, if memory serves me correctly. And of course, nothing happened. I remember trying to look up the calls too, and I couldn't find anything. Which means, well, then again, it was on the police scanner too, but I'm sure he did call the police.
Okay? You are a narcissistic.
Word butchery with Gorgeous George. This is the sole reason why I keep watching these, because there's always humor in these. And it's whenever he either butchers words, contradicts himself, and I forgot the other thing, but there's always something to laugh at in these videos.
Narcissistic person.
You're projecting here, George. Everything you're about to say from this moment forward applies to you.
You have no soul.
Yep, you definitely have no soul, George.
You're vindictive.
Yes, you are vindictive, George. You followed a poor, innocent woman to wherever she lived. You called her over and over. You stalked her. That is absolutely vindictive.
And you have no conscience.
Oh, that is definitely you. 110% you. The only person you ever consider whenever you do anything, George, is yourself.
I hope you can live with yourself.
I know you can't, but we can. Dumb motherfucker. Ah, wow. That was a TLDL. Too long didn't watch video. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Oh, dirt. I still have the intro text. Why isn't it showing the... Oh, man, am I regarded. Okay, so... Just a moment here, folks. Gonna try and figure out what the fuck is going on with my chat. And while that happens, how are you guys doing? I haven't even asked how you guys are doing tonight. Hopefully better than George is. You guys all have a home, car, place to live in, a toilet to shit in, more importantly. Food to eat. Yeah, you guys eat healthy food. Have proper clothes to fit into. I mean, yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up. I know I have a bunch of stuff to be thankful for. And I know you guys do too. Alright. Hopefully when I pop in this, it should show chat. There we go. Oh, I almost got it. Close enough. Alright, properties. Should be dark. Oh, fuck it. Oh, I've failed enough tonight already. Maybe I should watch another video. Let's Lewis, my parents are going to be out of state this Thanksgiving, so you're not the only one that's going to have Thanksgiving alone this year. Probably have to go have Korean barbecue or something. Either that or I'll make some sort of good meal for myself. Yeah, Nurse Joy is having apple pie. Yeah, not oversharing feelings. Exactly. Sadly, Gigi probably won't do... no, he gave us $200 to some poor woman he was sexually harassing. Oh yeah, I gotta do my annual Thanksgiving Day video. I forgot to do one last year. But it's been a tradition of mine since I think 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And the last time George just drove straight off a cliff. You're gonna PM me later? Okay. Yeah, so let me look for something else to watch. Maybe with something to cleanse the palate, if you will. Let's see. And I usually have a couple good ideas for palate cleansers. With me, it's usually cats. So now I have to try and remember some of my favorite cat. Oh yeah, I send my best friend my favorite cat vids all the time. Then we get into something else. If I'm not sending him that, I'm sending him other random crap. Alright. That's a Facebook video. Okay, that's good. That'll work. So I've got to wait for that video to load in. And okay, I lied. This is going to be a dog vid. but it works for a palate cleanser. Okay, so where is it? It's here. Properties. I'm looking for... No, I don't want Red Dragon. Where is Mozilla? I was doing so well. God damn it. Let's see. Capture. Let's try that. No? How about that? Welcome to Sean failing at fucking OBS again. I swear. Shouldn't be swearing to begin with, but... fuck it. Okay, so let's see. Properties. That's not it. Why can't I do just display capture? Okay, so... Alright, that'll work. So hopefully you guys can see that. Of course. Let me change the resolution so I don't get the more effect. I'm gonna get the more effect anyway, at least until... Oh, okay, so... Oh, motherfucker. It's just not gonna cooperate with me. Then, go below YouTube. There's chat. Okay, so now I can go full screen. That should look good. All right. I used to have a dog that did that, by the way, when I was a kid, which is why I used to laugh at stuff like this. I bet Nurse Joy has dogs like this that do similar stuff. Aww. We had at least when I was a kid, we had another dog that used to do the same thing. Oh god, I needed this. I gotta say, this is a very smart dog. There's some dogs that are not good at opening the toilet. The reason they do it, by the way, is because the water is cooler than it is in their dog bowl. Something about the ceramic toilet bowl that does that. Aww. Oh, I remember where I saw this. This was on, damn it. Yeah, I forgot whose live stream I saw this on, but I just remembered I saw this on another person's live stream. Was it... What was it? Oh yeah, I can't look now because I got a full screen capture going. Aww. Yeah, I love dogs. I'm trying to remember whose live stream I saw that on, and it was just this weekend. Anyway, okay, so I wonder if there's any funny Saluki videos, because Salukis are the dogs my family loves. Let's see, Saluki dog. Oh, I'll just put in funny. I know nothing funny will come up when I put in funny, but might as well try anyway. Okay, so singing is one of the things that Salukis are known for. And for those of you that don't know, Salukis are one of the earlier breeds of dog.
But I miss you most of all, my darling.
Yeah, I can see it. It's gonna sing any second. There it goes. Salukis in particular, though, they love to sing for some reason. Oh. Aww. They usually howl, though, for the same reason other dogs do. It's either for attention and or they're just lonely as fuck. Oh, I'm surprised. Usually don't see Salukis in the snow because they get cold very easily. See if there's something really... Oh shit. Whenever I see stuff like this, I know the video's not going to be funny. Oh, Marty! That was where I saw that Hound stream on. And let's see. No, I don't want that again. Alright, I need to turn my display thing off for a second while I look for another video. Oh, that's right. Marty loves golden retrievers. Okay, now I remember. Okay, so I'll get the video loaded here. Take just a moment. I personally don't like golden retrievers, by the way, because they're just genuine pains in the asses. They require lots of attention, and if you don't play with them constantly, they'll still have a ton of energy and they'll be destructive. There's some dogs you do not want if you want some sort of peaceful household. And having a golden retriever and labs are usually more loving than retrievers, though. Labs don't usually get into as much trouble as retrievers do. Okay. Now that's a GG thing. Poor dog. Hold on. I'm getting a call from unknown here. Hold on. Hello.
Carlos or Maria?
Oh, hi. How are you?
Very good. Is Maria available?
You're talking to Maria?
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, oh, okay? Don't you remember me?
I'm sorry?
Don't you remember me?
No, I do not.
Yeah, we used to go to the Blue Oyster Bar together. We used to go on the pole together and, you know, shake our rump thing on the stage. I used to, like, put, like, a couple Coors bottles on my ass and used to point and laugh and say, look at that ass, bounce up and down.
No, I don't recall.
Yeah, we both, well, it was probably because you were blasted on coke, but you know what, I did a lot of it myself. I recovered myself, but, I still have a ton of good memories with you, and I still love you so much, and I'll never forget the time that we got married together in Vegas, and you put that cock on my ring, and I'm like, oh, God damn it, I'm so much in love with you. and we just embraced in the nude at the Elvis Marriage Emporium. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to get emotional because I know it's been a long time, but at least then, I mean, I'm married now, but I've never been. God, you know what? I gotta be honest. I still love you. I know that's a huge, heavy thing to say for me not talking to you in so many years, but I still love you.
Okay.
Do you love me?
The reason why I'm calling you because Dora wants to come on over and bring you a present. Okay.
Oh, yeah, quote unquote, a present. Yes. Will it be in the briefcase?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell her that the
available?
greenbacks will be in the paper bag.
Okay.
Okay.
What time would you be available tomorrow so they can drop it off?
You know what? Whenever you want, just be sure to call me because I've been having a couple bugs put in here lately, and I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay. Okay, so what is your address?
Okay, you got a pencil and a pen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So it is 123.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I'm going to spell it out for you. It is A S SKICK Street. Can you read that back to me, please?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Hello? Hello? Oh, bitch hung up on me. Fucking whore. I was not... I was not expecting a prank call tonight. Oh my god. Oh, that was fun. Do you remember the time we were at the Elvis marriage appointment at Emporium and you put that ring on my cock? Oh, I'll have to edit this one out and upload it to Discord later. Oh my god. Oh, that was good for me just doing that off the cuff. Usually they have to like give me a bunch of information, and I mean, granted, it's not the funniest call from the victim perspective because she didn't react that much. I'm just reacting more of what I was saying and her just agreeing with it. But when I got her to repeat, ass kick street, she was like, oh. You missed a hilarious prank call, Nurse Joy. So I was talking to a woman that I used to go to the Blue Oyster bar with. And I used to put some Coors bottles on my ass, and she used to twerk it in my face. Yeah, this was live. It happened right in the middle of the Golden Retriever video. Oh my god. I do have to say, she's not the dumbest person I've ever spoken to on the phone, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad I got that recorded. Oh man. Okay, so I gotta make a mental note to save that call later. Hold on. No, that can't be real. If you buy slippers and go through that many of them and have the need to display it, that's a setup. No. Okay. Is there anything you guys want me to watch in particular? Because I don't know how I'm going to top that prank call. That might be that might be a good good palate cleanser to end on. Wait for the chat to catch up here. Yeah, I love all of you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, so if there are no requests, Nurse Joy's multitasking. Okay, so I'll stay on for another few minutes if she wants me to watch some. Once again, I'll take requests right now because that prank call was so goddamn good. That was one of the more. I was literally from the beginning trying to get her to hang up. Most, during live streams, usually I like to focus on just live streaming because this isn't a prank call show like Phone Losers of America, Dwight. It's hard to think of some others. Did I just get sent something? Oh, I believe I did. Okay, I got a request. All right, so copy link. And this is a song, so I don't have to show the video. But it is on, before I play it, it'd be because I got to promote this channel because Gigi's shitty Wranglers. That's a really Western thing of me to say, Wranglers. All right, so let me copy the link and I'll post it in chat. This is one of his songs that he made. As a matter of fact, I'll have to turn it up. Or maybe it's loud enough. We'll see in a second. This is the song Totally Gay for America. Okay, here we go.
Well, I got in my car and went down to the bar to relax from a full working day. And while drinking my beer, I happened to hear this New York banker type say that our country's all wrong and that we don't belong in affairs that are so far away. So I pushed back my chair and I stood up right there and made sure the whole bar heard me say, I'm totally gay for America. I'm totally gay for the US of A. From the east to the west, from the north to the south, I'd gladly bend down and take Florida in my mouth. I'd tongue kiss Mount Rushmore and drop my pants to my waist, then take old Washington Monument all the way to its base. There ain't a lot of things that make me feel this way, but this country of mine makes me totally gay. Now I know things ain't right. It's on the news every night and in the papers almost every day. I wanna hug Uncle Sam, caress his hair with my hand, and let him know everything is okay. Maybe give him a quick peck at the nape of his neck and rub his shoulders till his cares went away. Trace the curves of his thighs and look into his eyes and see if he wants to go hit the hay. 'Cause I'm totally gay for America. I'm totally gay for the US of A. I know we could never get married, but he never asked me anyway, 'cause it would undermine the family. I know that's what he'd say, but we could keep it a secret and continue on that way. And I'd be faithful and loyal till he threw me away. There ain't a lot of things that make me feel this way, but this country of mine makes me totally gay.
Oh, that's so good. I think I'm going to put on another one. Once again, I'm taking requests right now. If you want me to play something, either put it in chat or in the Discord, whichever you want. Let's see. I've got to play another song of his. Let's see. Which one is it? Oh, I like this one.
Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Throw them some pesos and they work so hard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. I don't even ask if they got green card. They're gonna pave up my driveway this Christmas. They're gonna clean all my cars this Christmas. They're gonna shovel all the snow this Christmas. Those illegals in my yard.
Technically,
They're
Van.
gonna dig me a pool this Christmas. They're gonna landscape my lawn this Christmas. They're gonna cook me up some tacos this Christmas. Those illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. 16 arrive in a stolen car. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. When they're not working, they sit at the bar. They're gonna drink some cervezas this Christmas. They're gonna shoot some tequila this Christmas. They're gonna get DUIs this Christmas. Those illegals in my yard. They're getting free organ transplants this Christmas. They're gonna have anchor babies this Christmas. They're gonna scream "Si se puede" this Christmas. Those illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard.
Sing along if you know the words.
Illegals in my yard. One at a time, run past those border guards. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Hugo Chavez sends his kind regards. They're gonna tackle Pat Buchanan this Christmas. They're gonna chase down Lou Dobbs this Christmas. They're gonna join up with La Raza this Christmas. Those illegals in my yard. They're gonna spread bubonic plague this Christmas. They're gonna bring me lots of bed bugs this Christmas. They're gonna pass tuberculosis this Christmas. Those illegals in my yard.
God, that's fucked up. I agree. I agree with you, Jensel. I shouldn't be finding this funny, but I can't help but to laugh at. I wonder if I can get away. If I say I wonder if I can get away with playing this, I gotta play it. I'm just worried about getting hit by the copyright bots. Okay, so fuck it. Let's go for it. Do it live. Let's see. Let me just check something. Oh, yeah, I got... Okay, so it has content ID on it, so I better not play it. Let's see. I highly encourage you to go to the channel and listen to all these videos. I'm hoping that more are uploaded soon because they're all great. Let's see, is this one content ID'd? No, it's not. Okay, so I can play this one for you guys.
Sure. barometer's getting low. According to all sources, the street's the place to go. Tonight for the first time, just about half past 10. For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen, it's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. Humanity's rising. Well, I'm gonna get it done. According to all sources, the streets the place to go. Tonight for the first time, just about half past 10. For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna let myself in. Absolutely soaking away. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Every step of men. Tall, long, dark and deep. Rough and tough and strong and mean. God says Mother Nature, she's a single woman too. She touched from the heavens, and she did what she had to do. She fought every angel to rearrange the sky so that every woman could find the perfect guy. It's raining men. Come get yourself wet, girls. I feel stormy weather moving in. About to begin. Hear the thunder, don't you? Yeah. Rip off the roof and stay in bed. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen, it's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen.
My favorite part of that is about halfway through, you can hear it, even the vocal AI, you can hear the voice crack a little bit. And that almost had me reeling. Oh, Kevin dances to anything. I almost want to play one more. I don't want to go just yet. I originally was going to end it with some more Dick Cheese, but these are funnier and more apropos. Let's see. Yes, exactly, Lewis. Oh yeah, this is also appropriate. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me go back for a sec. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna play this instead.
Headed down to the coast, riding shotgun in the Jeep. There's a bubble in my belly, and I hope it's really smelly. I can feel it start to creep. So I lean to my right, 'cause my cheeks are kinda tight. As I push a little bit, I think black lead. I thought I farted, but I shit. I thought I farted, but I shit. And now it's squishy when I sit. I got poop all in my crack and a little on my sack. I thought I farted, but I shit. Damn, I hate it when I shart. I can't even trust a fart. Tried to give a little chew, now there's caca in my shoe. I thought I farted, but I shit. I thought I farted, but I shit. Now it's squishy when I shit. I got poop all in my crack and a little on my sack. I thought I farted, but I shit. I got poop all in my crack and a little on my sack. I thought I farted, but I shit. I got poop all in my crack and a little on my side. Oh, the party, but I see it.
Is it me, or does the redneck register sound more natural for Gigi than his normal talking voice? Yeah, Saunders is a piece. He's a special piece of work. How do I articulate this? I mean, for somebody who diddled... Well, he's a pederast. There's no easy way around that. And then, you know, has a gun in their car, does all this stupid, retarded shit that he did. I was surprised he didn't get caught for something earlier. But yeah, he, from last I heard, he disconnected from all social media and nobody knows where he is now. Let's see. One more? What do you guys think? My phone defaulted to Gigi spelling? What the fuck? Try this. Oh, never mind. There's content ID on that. God damn it. How about this one?
JP, baby.
Everything is content ID. The ones that have content ID, you guys can, of course, listen to. Let's see. That might have been it. Only one I haven't clicked on yet is... Let's see. I already did Van Life, I believe. Or did I?
To celebrate Chris and Sophia becoming one. Sophia, do you take Chris to be your husband?
Oh my god, that has content ID too. Fuck me. What am I gonna end this on? Yeah, ever since my prank call, I mean, these are also good things to end on, but I don't know how I'm gonna top either of those at this point. So, Richard Cheese? Alright, yeah, I'll end it on some Richard Cheese. I want to thank you guys for coming. Yeah, it's my first Gigi stream, and it has to at least be a year, if not longer. I was originally going to... matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what I was originally going to do before I go. So... my original concept for the live stream was we were going to go into all the signs that Gigi was in trouble that he was aware about and never acted on it. Like with the Ghosts of Christmas Past, it would have been him taking out the mortgages. That was the first sign that he was in trouble. then him running out of the inheritance, because that was the whole reason why he took out the mortgages. Yep, and then the trolls basically telling him all this shit that was going to happen, which did come to fruition. The lol suits, which we told George why he was going to fail on those, and those failed. Those would be more current day stuff. Then, also for Ghost of Christmas Present, appropriately enough, I'm trying to remember if in the Dickens version, if it was played by a female or not. I don't remember. But either way, the Ghost of Christmas Present would be visited by a lot of female ghosts. Because Jamie was, I think, our first indication that something was very, very fucked up with George privately. Like the way he just treats women in general. I mean, we sort of had a hint before that, but they were just little yes, Sean B6. Little hints before that. But Jamie was our first indication of what a fucking sex pig he is. And for Ghost of Christmas Future, I was going to get into... We all know George is going to die. Question is when. I'm sure you guys have some guesses. I'm guessing 5, maybe 10 years. I don't know why. I think he's going to hold out longer than most people because, like Mr. Medicare, he's stubborn. I don't think he wants to go out easily, if at all possible. If at all possible. But it's all going to depend on how well the hernia holds up. If by some miraculous reason it lasts 10 years, then that's probably when he'll die. But yeah, that'll probably be the thing that'll kill him if he doesn't get it operated on. If not, something related to his van life. Oh, that's right! Man, I'm being a regard. I forgot about that. Yes, you're right, Lewis. We should do a pool. Like, put in $5 each, and whoever is closest wins the pool. That'd be a cool thing to do. That'd be something to talk to either to Meth or Eugene about. So let's see. Wow. January 13, 2025. That is very specific. Also for the Christmas Future, I was going to get into, will the trolling stop? Because, for example, I don't know if most of you have heard of Francis E. Deck, but he was like the prototype version of Terry A. Davis. He was a genius lawyer that got disbarred, then went into really bad schizophrenia to the point where he couldn't leave his house. And he went on all of these insane rants, and they famously got read by Doc by the Rock. No, Doc of the, I forget his name. Something Doc the Rock. I think that was his name. Who was a DJ for K-Rock at the time. You can listen to these on YouTube. And he died either in the mid or late 90s. But he died in an old folks home. Very sad, very lonely. Much like Terry A. Davis. But his writings and new writings are still being found to this day. And as thus, he gets more and more new trolls that follow him. Do I think that's going to happen to George? I guess I'll do a little bit of a spoiler since you guys are still listening. Yes. For this reason. Because there's so many trolls attached to the George verse that those people are going to essentially become Volkhouse themselves. I mean, Roger's at that point, Watts at that point. The only reason that Kristen hasn't gotten to that point is because nobody wants to touch her at this point. You would have to be a certain kind of troll to go after Kristen, at least full time. Because when I was doing it, it drained every ounce of energy out of me just to hear her. Just that yammering was so insanely, just gut-wrenchingly. It drained the whole life force out of me. But there is Peanut, and there is what? And I think after George dies... Oh yeah, Chris... I mean, technically, he's a part of the A-Team. Although, to what degree is anybody's question. Because Chris has his own problems right now. I'm in another Discord where we discuss them. He has a lot of other problems on his plate right now. He could be helping George, but not likely at this point. But... the one that I think most people will gravitate toward, the trolls will gravitate toward after George passes away, that aren't still trolling George for whatever reason, would be Peanut Head. Because he's sort of like a combination of... No, it's not he's a combination. He's the musical version of Gorgeous George. Much like how George thinks he has a talent for TV and thinks he's special for doing TV for decades on end when it was just public access, Roger has the same thing, except for... Oh, it's beyond Slob Dylan Lewis. That's actually being generous. Especially the... What is that song? Hold on, I gotta look it up. Because I have it on not Band Problems. Oh, Like a Girl. Like a Girl is so Dylan-esque. Like, unsupervised. Oh, God, that was an abortion. But, and this is one of the things I'm going to discuss whenever we get after the court case, because I don't want to talk about him too much. Like a Woman's horrible. Is I think he did not write all the songs on his album. As a matter of fact, when we get to listening to each and every song and we critique them, there's a transition from one to another that is so dramatic that it makes you wonder why they're on the same album. And for those of you who've heard the album, let me get the track list up really quickly. It is... No, it's not that one. Yeah, Spectral Image, which is this sort of nice instrumental, not too many... that one was actually very relaxing. Very nicely arranged as well. Where the next one is called Free Art Fest, which is this very clunky, tries way too hard to be almost outsider jazz. Free jazz, I should say. You compared that to the previous song, Spectral Image, it doesn't sound like... It sounds like it belongs on the same album. It is that stark. So I don't believe that he wrote every song on the album. And you'll see what I mean when we get... Yeah, to that specific date. With that, though, I think I'm going to close up shop unless anything... let's see, is there anything else in chat that you guys want to point out before I go? Because while that happens, I'm going to look for some Richard Cheese. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, okay. I found the songs I want to close out with. It'll be 5 minutes of closers. Okay, so let me go back in here. Alright, nobody else has anything they want me to say or do. So I'm gonna close things out. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. This lasted longer than I thought. And hopefully I'll be streaming again soon. When, I don't know, but I definitely do want to do the Ghosts of Christmas Past, Present, and Future with George and talk about where it went, where it's going, and where it's leading. Alright, thank you guys for coming. Take care, and I love you, and I'll be seeing you soon.
Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me. I think they're okay. If they don't give me proper credit, I just walk away. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Material. Some boys try and some boys lie, but I don't let them play. No way! Only boys who save their pennies make my rainy day. 'Cause they are living in a material world, and I am a material gal. You know that we are living in a material world, and I'm a material girl. A material, 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 a material girl, girl. I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. Didn't know how lost I was till I found you. I was beat, incomplete. I've been had. I was sad and blue, but you made me feel. Yes, you made me feel shiny and new. Like a virgin, hey, touched for the very first time. Like a virgin, listen to your heartbeat. Like a virgin, ooh, like a virgin, feels so good inside when you hold me and your heart beats and you love me. Oh, like a virgin.